For 6 years, I watched in amazement as my sister Nikki dealt with going through breast cancer treatment. I watched how her life changed and how her body changed, how our family changed, and how her spirit changed. I would tell her story so proudly about how strong she was and how I didn't know how she had gone through all she had gone through and yet still stayed so positive. Once she asked me what I would do if it were me, and I told her that I didn't know if I could do the double mastectomy, and I really didn't even need to worry about it. I told her to quit being so paranoid and just focus on her own health, and not to worry about me because it's not going to happen to me. And then it did. At age 32, my life was beginning to change for the better. I was working at a job I loved, I had great friends, a loving boyfriend, a beautiful 4-year-old daughter, a house, and a plan to better my future by returning to school to get my licensed practical nursing diploma. Everything was falling into place, and the future was looking pretty bright. It was June of 2010, and the plan to return to school was in full swing. And the last couple of months of preparation for the fall to go to school was underway. So I was scheduled to see my doctor to get all of my immunization records in order before school started. 2 nights, literally 2 nights, before my doctor's appointment, I was scratching an itch under my bra line because it had been irritating me from wearing a strapless bra too often that summer. And right under my breast, I felt a lump. I was not too alarmed at finding it because it could have been anything. But just in case, I decided to mention it to my doctor at that already scheduled appointment 2 days later. Now, I must note that my sister had the discovery of the BRCA1 gene mutation. So this is a genetic mutation that's responsible for breast and ovarian cancer. So I had been receiving regular mammograms and had even had a breast MRI performed almost a year to the day before. I had been very diligent in poking and prodding and squeezing my breasts on regular occasions, so there was really no reason to worry, because this particular lump felt quite large and it must have been caused by the bra irritation, because it really hadn't been there that long. Doctor's appointment went as I figured, and my doctor didn't seem too concerned about it either, and we both agreed that it felt like a movable mass and that it could just be a cyst or an irritation. But because I was due for that yearly mammogram anyway, we'd go ahead and book that. So at the mammogram appointment, things went from bad to worse. The mammogram itself, being the usual uncomfortable squish and squeeze, well, that wasn't what concerned me. It was when I was asked to stay for an ultrasound after that I knew that at that moment, this is no irritation or cyst. This was really serious. So the ultrasound is where it really went downhill. It is never a good feeling when the tech finishes up and then returns to take another look and then also starts paying particular attention to your lymph nodes. It's even worse when the radiologist also wants to take another look. So there it was. It was a mass. A solid mass. No fluid-filled cysts, but a black holed mass, clear as day to even my untrained eyes upon the screen. Within a couple of days, a biopsy was scheduled, 15 cores were taken, and there was nothing more for us to do at this point than wait. So I'd been given an appointment date of 10 days later for results, and during this time I was told by many, including my sister, that if it was serious, they would call me before those 10 days. Literally, I was jumping every time the phone rang. But those days came and went and no telltale phone call. So I decided that the news must be good and I was able to relax. Then the Monday came for my appointment. The appointment to get the official news, and I was feeling actually pretty at ease and my nerves were in check. My mom came with me to that appointment just in case, because it is nice to have someone there even though you know that you're getting good news, right? The doctor came in and was talking about all kinds of things that I honestly don't remember, but at no time had he mentioned the results of the biopsy. Then he left the room so that I could undress for my examination. What examination? So then he went about his business of pushing and prodding that nuisance of a lump, asking me questions about how I was feeling, what I was feeling, blah, 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 and still no biopsy results. So he left the room again so I could redress, and at this point my mom and I are both looking at each other wondering the same thing, like what is going on? So finally when he returned again, he sat down and asked me the $1,000,000 question. Have you spoken to your doctor since the biopsy? And my response, no, I thought that was why I was here. And he must have had a light bulb moment, because the lights came on for him as he realized I didn't know yet. And so he told me, it's cancer. Tears, and then my response. So now that we know, how do we kick its ass? That was July 19th, 2010. On August 3rd, I was scheduled for my double mastectomy. I'm not going to go into all the details of the recovery, as it was what you would expect. It hurt. I spent 3 days in the hospital, and then I returned home and recovering with the help of my family. It was during this time that I knew some very serious decisions needed to be made. What was I going to do about work, school, my family, my life? What does all of this mean? What the hell am I going to do? I've been lucky. The answers have come to me in many different ways, and the decisions have been made. Work had to wait. School had to wait. My family was there, and they supported me and dealt with it. My life will be different, but it will be hard. It means I have to get treatment. It means I had to be strong, and that's what I did. And that was how it was done. Treatment consisted of 18 weeks of chemo, 20 doses of radiation. So that's long since done. It was an uphill battle the whole way, but it was what had to be done in order to get on with my life. And now I'm taking every moment, jumping at every opportunity to live life to the fullest. I've completed college. I am now a licensed practical nurse. And I've had some meetings with plastic surgeons in regards to reconstruction, preparing to have the parts of me put together again. So I've had some time to look back on these last 3 years, and I am so thankful it's over, but I'm also really thankful for the lessons I have been left with. On my very last day of chemotherapy treatment, which was actually December 31st of 2010, New Year's Eve, start of a new year, I wrote a letter. Dear Cancer, so here we are coming to the end of a journey that you started. It was not a journey that I asked to go on, nor did I give you the power to write our itinerary, but you took it upon yourself to do so anyway. You never gave me any warning about the road that we were going to go down, although you had shown me some of the highlights through my sister and her own trek. I just want you to know that I'm not mad at you for all the trouble that you have caused. Frustrated, yes. Sad, a little. But you need to know that I am willing to forgive you. You have certainly made your mark on my life, on my body. But the scars will fade, I know, and there are wonderful things happening in the world of surgery that will put the pieces of me back together. My hair will grow, my eyebrows and eyelashes too, so no worries there. But the one thing I'm most sad about are the years that you have taken. Not just from me, but from the people in my life that need me the most. That was not yours to take. Although you have left such a negative impact on my life, you have also had a positive effect that I will bet you did not expect to leave. You've taught me to live each day as it comes, and enjoy the little things that make me smile in a day. You've taught me about friendship and how when it matters most, the true friends in your life will emerge. You've reminded me about the importance of family and how no matter what the barriers, they will always be there loving you through. You've taught me about strength and courage, how to cope and take the good with the bad. You've taught me about perseverance and power. You've taught me about faith and my love in God. You've taught me that no matter what the fight, it can be fought and won with dignity and pride. So for all of this, I say thank you, Cancer. The journey is coming to an end, my dark friend, and I am the one who is ending it. It is no longer your schedule. I think I will make the decisions from here. And I have decided that we will draw things to a close very soon here. You've showed me plenty, and I am ready to start a new direction. Take some new paths, check out some new venues. Where you decide to go from here is up to you. Although I wish you would just disappear. Take a break. Leave the rest of those beautiful women alone. We are all eager to go on a journey, but yours is just too dark. It's too sad. So I will end this letter now, as I have taken up enough of my time with you. I hope you understand why I no longer want you around. But know how I have appreciated the lessons you have left me with. Off I go to check out the rest of my life. But please do not try to get in touch with me. With the utmost sincerity, Jamie. So where am I now? 3 years later. Not really where I thought I would be or expected to be or planned to be, but I'm here. In 9 days, all this will be way behind me. Reconstruction time. I'm scared, but I'm so excited. It's like it's all been, I don't know, going to be made worth it in just a few days, and it's going to all be behind me to a great extent. And as much as the idea of going through another surgery is terrifying and I'm scared, I'm ready. I'm ready to move on with my life. I think I've been ready for a while now. I've noticed that I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to be the face of a breast cancer survivor, although I am and I always will be. And I mean, my story is there to tell, and I want to tell it and I want to share it, but I'm really just ready to move on and just be a woman going through what we go through in a regular day. I mean, my life is always changing. Change, change, change. And this is one thing, I guess, that I've waited for. So here it is. Again, 9 days from now, I will be having surgery, which is a major thing. Big surgery. To erase the scars. Creating new ones, but erasing the ones that, kind of show everybody that this is what's happened. So, there they are. You can't see them very well. These will be gone. There will be no more. This will be back the way it should be. I think I'll stop there, but I think it's really important for people to see the before and after. Those who haven't seen it, those who are going through it, those who are going to go through it, just know that, it's scary and it's hard, but there's an end, and you'll get through it. And I did, and my sister did, and so many women that I've met have. And we get to tell our tales, and we get to be the face of strength of women, and that's amazing. So that's it for now. I don't know, maybe I'll just keep in touch and let you know how the progress goes.